Salutations to all our future judges. In this video, we are going to see how to get outstanding scores in judicial exams part 2. Already part 1 has been published. Those who have not seen part 1, please watch part 1. Then you can continue watching this video so that you get the continuity of what has been stated in the previous video. And in this, mainly, we are going to discuss two aspects. One is the symptoms of mental block, and the other one is solutions for shattering that mental block. These two are very important criteria for obtaining very high scores in the judicial exams. With respect to judicial exams, various videos have been published in this channel. And to specify, videos have been published as to how a person or a candidate should prepare for the civil judge exams, as well as how to prepare for the main exams. And there are various videos which explain how you can improve your focus, how you can save your time, or how you can manage your time. There are plenty of videos in these aspects as well. In addition to this, there are various videos which try to explain law or an act within just 10 minutes under the 10 minutes lecture series. In addition to this, there are various aspects which are pertaining to the Limitation Act. Videos have also been published in those aspects. Those who have not seen those videos, please go and watch those videos. They'll be absolutely helpful for you to succeed in your judicial exams. Now, coming to the crucial point what we are going to discuss. Let us have a recap of what are the stages which we need to cross for obtaining outstanding scores in the judicial exams. As you all know, stage 1 is obtaining requisite educational qualification. Already this stage has been covered in video 1, part 1. And next is stage 2, fulfilling the professional requirements. Stage 1 and stage 2 have already been covered in the part 1 video. Those who have not seen those videos, please watch that video. And stage 3 is shattering the mental block, and that is what we are going to see in this particular video. Stage 4 is getting trained to handle external pressures, and stage 5 is knowledge acquisition. Stage 6 is acquiring the art of pleasing examiners by performance. Now we are seeing stage 3, which is shattering the mental block. So let me try to explain what is a mental block, or what are the symptoms which show that you have a mental block. Let me just point out some facts or some aspects which show that you have a mental block. If you have all these mental block, then how you can resolve it, that will also be discussed subsequently. Now, generally people who have a mental block are always in dilemma or confusion. Let me give you an example. Imagine water is flowing. As you all know, if it is a river, it tries to reach the sea at any cost. So there may be so many interruptions. There may be a mountain, there may be a rock, there may be a forest, there may be any kind of interruptions. But still, the ultimate intention of the river is to reach the sea. So any judicial aspirant who is trying to become a judge, his ultimate intention should be to reach the goal, that is becoming a judge. In this case, in the example what I provided, the intention of the river is to reach the sea. So a judicial aspirant should have that mindset. Any interruption, let it come. I'll try to erode it, or I'll try to circumvent that and try to succeed. So this is the attitude a person should have. And that can happen only when you don't have the dilemma or confusion. If you have any dilemma or confusion, it means that you have a mental block. So the mental block is preventing you from coming to a definite conclusion as to what you should do. Next is, generally, every people in the society have an attitude or have a belief that a system which has been followed, or a pattern which has been followed all these days, all these years, by others is correct, or that is the only pattern, or that is the only way which needs to be followed. This is actually not correct. Someone who's having this belief is having a mental block. It really doesn't mean that that system is wrong, but there can be various innovations which can be brought into the system or brought into the pattern which can be followed. Let me give you an example. Today, if someone would come and say that I'm going to use a landline phone for making a call, everyone will start laughing at him, because there are no STD booths nowadays. There are very rarely you could see a landline from where you can make a call, because the mobile phone has become much more capable. Each and everyone is having a mobile phone practically. So everyone would prefer to make calls from their mobile phones. So the landline, which was believed to be a topmost technology, is nothing nowadays. So this mobile could also get extinguished someday. So never believe that the system or the pattern which has been followed all these years is absolutely correct and there is no other alternate option. Now coming to the next aspect. The basic fact that a person has a mental block is shown from his belief or from his attitude that he never wants to try anything new or innovative for the fear of failure. You believe that if you try this, there is a good chance that you will fail. You never believe that you have a chance that you can even succeed. Let me tell you some examples. A person who is holding a degree is capable of appearing in IAS. But how many of us really believe that we can clear IAS exams? The reason being fear of failure. You should never have that fear of failure. When you have the fear of failure, that creates an absolute mental block which will kill your ability, which will kill the belief you have in yourself. So never have the fear of failure. Always try something innovative, try something new. Nothing wrong in it. Even if you fail, it will give you a lesson. If you succeed, it adds a feather to your cap. Now, next thing is, when they take an assignment, or even after taking an assignment, they are not clear as to what path they should take for attaining the goal, or they are not sure of the direction in which they should proceed. For example, let me tell you, there is an aspirant or a candidate who is trying to become a judge, who has decided that he is going to write the judicial exams. Still, he is thinking of the path as to what path he should take. He is not sure as to how he should start studying, or in which way he should start studying, or what are the subjects he should study. When he is not clear, when he is not sure about the path, even after taking or fixing the goal, it's an obvious fact that he has got a mental block. And on the contrary, if somebody would decide a path without thinking the pros or cons, you're deciding a way without thinking what all the problems the way could have, or what are the positive things that the way could help you in getting, that is also a problem. You should think about the positives and negatives of going in a particular path. Then you should jump into that job or goal. This will help you get a clear idea as to what you're going to do. That will clearly shatter your mental block. And another thing, you would have seen some people who decide that their intention is to become a judge. They start studying for the exams. Suddenly they say like, no, I want to do some other course. They jump for flimsy reasons. They say like, I'm not in a position to study for hours together, or it could be any reason. And generally those reasons are flimsy reasons. Now, the question is how to shatter all this mental block. How we can shatter the mental block? It's a question. Generally, mental blocks are created by discouragements and negative comments. So, always believe yourself. You are what you think yourself to be. If I think I'm capable, I'm capable. If I think I'm not capable, then I'm not capable. Let me tell you, the word success cannot be spelt without the letter U. And the word improvement cannot be spelt without the letter I. Believe that you are your only competition in this whole world. And if you want to get outstanding scores, you need to have a great standing. Outstanding scores come with great standing. And one more thing I want to tell you. This mental block can be shattered by accepting constructive criticism. Somebody is saying, or imagine a person who has failed in his exams. He says like, no, you're not studying in the proper way. This is not the way you should study. I failed because of this. So when he is saying so, you should understand that it is a constructive criticism. And this will avoid overconfidence or superiority complex and will give you a clear solution or path. Next is, you determine your stature. Let it not be others. There are people who solve big problems, though they are not educated. You would have seen those people. They have the capability of making people understand and making them accept the solutions. Imagine even a judgment is given, if the party is not ready to accept. What is the ultimate benefit of the judgment? Obviously, the party will go for an appeal. Somewhere it will end. But ultimately, when it comes to the end, what benefit the parties would get? That is a big question. So, you need to determine your stature. Let others not determine your stature. If you are into a profession, imagine if you are practicing as an advocate. If you want to become a judge, you're practically shifting your career. You're saying like, no, I'm not going to take any more cases. I'm going to spend my time for preparation to become a judge. So somebody would come and tell you, no, you're only fit to be an advocate. That is not the case. Your stature is determined by them. You determine your stature. It may be difficult at the beginning, but still you will succeed. You should have the belief in yourself. And let me tell you something, it's very important. This will clearly shatter your mental block. Be rest assured that no one is 100% perfect in this world. But each and everyone who has succeeded always try to achieve that 100% perfectness. This will always lead you to success. When you try to do this, you will be obtaining obviously an outstanding score because you're trying to be 100% perfect in whatever work you take. Though it is not practically possible, you should always try to get that because that leads to absolute success. Then, as I always used to stress upon, associate with like-minded people, but ensure that you don't compare yourself with them. Because simple thing, imagine there are 3 candidates who are preparing for a judicial exam. One person may be good in a language. He may be in a position to express himself better. There may be another candidate who has got good memory. There may be another candidate who has got both of these aspects, that is a good memory as well as the ability to express himself in addition. In all these cases, you can understand one fact, that each and every individual is different, but still when their goal is the same, their attitude will be the same. So associate yourself with people who have the same mindset, or even we can say like who have the same goal. And another aspect is self-evaluation will inculcate absolute confidence and shatter your mental block. So the very important thing is you need to evaluate yourself. Obviously, I'll be providing a sample mathematical scorecard at a later stage. In one of the forthcoming videos, I'll be providing you that analysis as well. So that will be very, very helpful for you to determine mathematically as to what is your capability. And next thing is always increase your benchmark. Imagine you could complete one act within 10 days. Try to reduce the 10 days to 9 days. So what happens is this develops an absolute belief in yourself and it shatters all the mental blocks. If you like the video, press the thumbs up button and share the channel with your friends. And if you want to become a judicial officer, Please subscribe the channel and utilize all the videos which have been published. If you feel that I've left something out in this video, or if you want me to put a video on some other subject, please do state that in the comment. I'll be happy to respond to your comment as well as try to publish a video in the subject you're asking for. Let us join hands together and contribute for a learned society. Thank you.